Nake Tshepiso Moitsheki.
Okay, sure.
I was born Kokaghiso. I'm disciplined. I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning for you.
Yeah.
So at the same time, I'm the founder and CEO of Ubuntu-Nurse. Ubuntu-Nurse.
Yeah.
Initially, it was meant to be an educational app. So it started like that, me being a creative thinker, a creative person. When a nurse makes a mistake on a patient, you see that the patient dies, that thing is irreversible. Or let's not stop, but let's minimize everybody dance challenge.
Okay, yeah.
Rather, let's have another form of a challenge that is constructive. Business challenge. Correct. My app started it's gonna be called names. It will freezer, it will be slow. There'll be those challenges, but if ever there is support, then you know, okay, no man, let's wait a bit. Let's advise it. Actually, doing this work app, I'll tell you one thing. Hey, email. And looking at my experience, my journey, I was living okay, you know, a house, swimming pool, beautiful cars. But because of now, there's this dream I'm chasing. I started, I lost them, some of them, sitting in my house, 31st December, in the dark, alone, during the day, the last meal I had, nearly the body.
Unlock your story. Unlock your story. I was scared in Dabari, Bakupida Bagi, Spadele, I keep in Pagati, Falala, I was in Pagati, Tabon.
Angite sanibona ni kamala muchabanga abanye bangazi ngochabza abanye bathi wele abanye bathi double. Welcome to Unlock Stories. Niyazi bafethu izitori zasekasi, izitori zabantu abamnyama, siniphethele into ezifresh vandag. Ngiphethe nentwana yami izozintroduce kudala sengibiza ngegama sekazozisho ukuthi yena ubani. Yeah man, you know my name is Thabo bafethu. I decided to change my name. Sengiba ngo Thabo Touch. So there's a red button there and the blue button. Touch there. Welcome to the Unlock Story once again. It's a Sunday. You know what time it is, man. Let's continue. Our guest there is introduce to one as unlockele about himself, guys, and then young Tola boss. Yeah man. Fede Hotman din sang ida.
Alright to say Buffett.
Not the Crotis man are welcome ako shongi rona ya vandag. You can just introduce yourself for a visual how kimang. What's up? Just the introduction ya ka gore njo mang.
Nake Tshepiso Moitsheki.
Okay, sure.
I was born Kokaghiso.
Kokaghiso. Sure.
I attended my primary high school in Kokaghiso. And then after that, I moved here from Kagiso. I went to stay in Mojosi.
I shifted at Jones.
It was during the time whereby I was still in college.
So
I felt I needed to have my own space. And then after that, I moved to Albertine. I'm still an Albertine resident.
Albertine.
Even though I around Kagiso. I sometimes stay this side.
Sure.
So good now. And I'm a simple guy, man. I'm disciplined. I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning.
That's nice.
Every morning, even though I'm not working. Part of discipline.
Part of discipline, sure.
And whatever that I do, I'm tactical and I'm methodical. I'm the right guy to pick if you need something to be done.
So you try the chiminya now to focusing or meditation or reading books.
Actually, normally I used to start at gym. In my 20s, it's bodybuilding.
Sure.
But after turning 30, I was like, let me ease down now. But I maintained the time frame at 4 a.m. I still go to gym, even though I had an injury. That's why it's exciting. But regardless, I still wake up on time. 6 o'clock normally that's the time I'd prefer to meditate.
Okay, sure.
Important meditation.
Yeah, important. Vele kuseng those hours vele kuseng from 4 to 6. Perfect.
You need to be in a position where your mind is just clear. I don't have anything. That's meditation, and it's good for you. So at the same time, I'm the founder and CEO of Ubuntu-Nurse. Ubuntu-Nurse. Okay, sure. Formerly known as Nurses Oasis.
Sure.
It's an app. Google classified it as a social app.
Oh, it's a social app.
Initially, it was meant to be an educational app because there I only promote education and edutainment.
Okay,
entertainment, yes, but not so much.
So little much wrong, really. Yeah, our kind of stories sa gore king yung inspiring gore thoma this thing or journey ya gago ya go thoma yona guiding a platform yona ya gago ya Ubuntu-Nurse. Like king triggerileng gore no, I'm going to start something like this.
Sure. Before we go deeper, I'm a creative person. I love drawing. I didn't know I was a poet actually. You know, up until I had to write the chick a love letter. The way like a flag at I was like, man, get now. And it's not referring to anything, but just me thinking, you know, applying my emotions. That's just a masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
By the end of the day, she was like, "Oko kahe motho wa ka." So I became a poet, but I never went to study poetry. But apart from that, I'm always creative. I'm always sitting down thinking of what can I bring that is fresh, more country.
Sure.
So it started like that, me being a creative thinker, a creative person. Then 2019, I started doing my research.
Research.
Within hospitals. Hospitals and clinics to find out as to what is it actually that nurses are facing and what can be done, you know, to remedy those challenges that they're facing. So gradually I took a research. Now the research actually agreed with the concept that I had of making an app. Because more than anything, it started with the fact that we see these social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc.
Sure.
The first question I mean is, where do they originate from? Outside the African continent.
Africa. All the time, very the Ep14 to overseas.
We don't
have our African like apps.
So the second thing, why can't we have our own?
No, that's a smart move.
Then I started saying, okay, let Africa have something to put on the table. So the angle that I took, I used the educational part for nurses, and most people they hardly understand this, and some they do, some they don't. So let's look at various professions. Let's look at a clerk.
Okay.
Le also bergang ko Shoprite ko Chile.
Sure.
A clerk can type a document now, it's a mistake, correct it, or out of a document and then you see later on, no man,
something is
misspelling or other things are not there which were supposed to be there. It can be corrected.
True.
Also ko Shoprite aka go fa 10 rand that tshwantse go fa 20 rand. It can be corrected. But go fa tse di more.
It's any more, true.
Ka mistake. When a nurse makes a mistake on a patient, you see that the patient dies. That thing is irreversible. Now this is why I say prioritizing a nurse comes first, because udila ka life amu.
Ke life ya motho.
Ba tleke aka khagola ba go letseng. It can take up to 10 minutes. And unfortunately, once you've tampered with your health, that's it. You can't reverse it.
Disabled or
So at the same time, with that in mind, that's how I got to understand why people tend to be furious at nurses, because some of them, they understand, should she do something wrong or he do something wrong, it's over. Or it's gonna be a point whereby this person is terminally ill now. Just that mistake. So don't you think this kind of a person needs to be given education all the time. We need to make sure
Yeah.
at all times, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I took it from that angle. Then I started coding. Yeah, interacting. Yeah, I have a little experience of it. So I started looking around for people. Babaitang IT for okay, look.
Yeah.
This is my concept. But prior to that, I had to look for a lawyer first.
Okay,
Attorney, we sat down like, okay, I need this. Patenting.
Okay,
I need
sure.
to protect this to make sure it's sharp, it's safe. And at the same time, from here, we need to make sure when I talk to people about it,
Yeah.
I don't give them the entire structure.
Okay.
I just give them maybe 25% of what I'm doing.
What you're doing,
But
yeah.
so that they can have an idea where are we going with this. So should somebody attempt to steal it, then it can
Yeah, true.
As I was saying, it's like 5 plus 5 is 36.
Yeah.
You don't understand how did I get to 36 because 5 plus 5 is 10.
Yeah.
So that's the angle that I used. So then 2019, that's when I started building the app.
Okay.
Speaking to relevant people like by the union, by the nursing union, speaking to matrons, what do you think about this?
About
What's your
this,
take? Speaking to the nursing council.
Yeah.
We only have one nursing council, which is in Pretoria, but they turned me down.
Okay.
Because some things is just a fun.
Like it's one of those.
Yeah, I get it, like
about
if you walk around and ask most nurses what is the function of the nursing council?
Yeah.
But they'll tell you except for the
Every year.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, and the council, what they do is that they publish their whatever content about. Maybe they want to make nurses aware of something by poster, Google, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
So I make an approach. I approach them saying, look, council, I know you are always posting your stuff on these various platforms.
Yeah.
I have made a platform for us by us. Can you also do the same as you are doing on Facebook? You know what they told me? Having nurses on your app and having our content on your app, it is going to confuse nurses. But if they are on Facebook, it's okay. They won't be confused. If they are on Twitter, it's okay. So how can someone who knows a nurse, someone who lives with them, who works with them, confuse them with what he's doing? So I just decided to let it go. So then I made her certain development to a point where by 2022, that's when I launched the app. As Nurses Oasis.
So the whole
research. Actually, in business, research doesn't end. It's like it doesn't end because you always have to check. How can we be better than them, or how can we compete with them? Even though I don't like competition, but how can we? So very launcher, and it had about how many people were there who were using 2,003 something. And my anticipation was that I'm going to be having 50 people because it's a start. It's new to people, and they are not sure how do they maneuver around it, how do they interact on it. So I was thinking 50. In a space of I think 3 months, 2,000 people were using the app. Some were nurses, some were not nurses. And nurses, they did give a feedback. This app changed my life in this way, in that way.
Wow.
Even people who are not nurses said the same thing. This thing, it really worked. To a point whereby this other one said, did you know, I even stopped smoking because of the content that you were giving. So it made a big impact, a positive. But now,
so it shows you like that app, like if I may ask, how can you go apping it? Does it show like your full structure some to the body and all that? Maybe for example, there's smoking. Like does it show something like if you smoke, this is how you're gonna look inside, affected and things like that?
No. So that time it had 3 pages,
Okay.
The first page is the in-service page. In-service, it's something that happens in hospitals whereby, let's say today, Batla, let's say go at 10.
Okay.
Or Rebecca at 10.
Or 10, yeah.
Yeah. Then they will like, what you can, Tabo, Tamweta, research a short, diabetes.
Yeah.
Then tomorrow, in the morning, before we start working, you will come and share it with us. I want to give it's whereby we are sharing knowledge and information.
Yeah.
So that tradition stopped. It stopped completely. Now you'll find that here's a nurse, they can spend up to 2 years without learning anything. I can almost spending at
yeah.
But they have access to the internet. But this is where we come in and say, oh look, even though you don't attend the in-service training, at any given time of your convenience, you can go through your phone, get into our app, and start learning. Send anytime, anywhere.
Sure.
That's easy.
Right,
Yeah.
and while you're busy doing that, there is something else that is going to actually amuse you. Another content.
Yeah.
Quality content whereby you don't have to worry about being attacked. This is now the social page.
Straight.
Initially, the social page, it was meant it was celebrated in SAC and all that. We called it Lighter Note. But after revamping the app, I changed the name to Hangout. Hangout. What does it say? Like now we're hanging out. So now there we have content that is social. But I'm choosy and I'm picky. The reason being, you look at Twitter. Twitter, the content that is on Twitter, it is bad. There is part of it that is good.
Sure.
But there's a tradition or a trend or a habit that is happening. If we are chatting online on any platform, Facebook or Twitter, are you aware that most of the time I can offend you or you can offend me?
True.
Unlike when we're talking like this.
Like this,
Because if you do that, I can black say my demand. Apart from that,
Face to face.
It's a different story.
Sure. So now with that, I'm trying to bring back those ethos, like that, those feelings that are as batho. This is how we need to interact. Not because of in a dark room we no, but the way you are carrying yourself on social media should be the way you are carrying yourself live wherever you are. So what I would normally tell people, like now we are testing the app, they would ask, what must I post? I got frustrated. I need to think. Get like example, this and this, and then something said to me, "Nah, man, this is quite simple. To address this, to answer this, it's quite simple. Post any content that you can post on your WhatsApp status." I answer everything. You know, on your WhatsApp status, you have people who are watching. Some of those people are your managers, your bosses. Therefore, you behave more.
True.
The very same thing you can apply it here. Then people started posting. We even had a moment whereby Minister Peace Mabe was checking it out.
Nice.
So then after that, the page day to day are the ones that we are having right now. And it accommodates everyone. It's not specifically for nurses.
Only.
The page in service, yes, for Bone, because of it's part of their curricula. So as somebody who's not a nurse, you just create an account, register your profile, then you go to Hangout. There's a lot that you're gonna get there. Now, talking about what you were saying, Jorge, do we have pictures that shows if somebody's smoking, whatever, what happens? No, we don't have, but what we were doing at that time, we had another page called Fitness and Nutrition. Now on Fitness and Nutrition, we were talking about how can you stop smoking. Here's a hack, a simple hack of stopping out to smoke. Here's what you can do on a daily basis. For example, if you feel like smoking, Tshepiso, stand up, distract yourself.
Those tips, what to do.
And what we do is that those who who would comment on that post, we would do a follow-up with them.
Okay, yeah.
Privately. How far are you?
Yeah.
To a point whereby if you were to be asked, when was the last time did you smoke? You can't give an accurate date.
Date.
Stop it on this day. It's been 35 days now. And that's what we want. Because you shouldn't be counting the number of days. You should forget them. So that's what it did. But I had to stop the fitness and nutrition page for now. It's only the 2 pages. So what you're gonna get, you're gonna see the first page, which is Hangout. The second one in service. Like on the bottom taskbar then. It's a house for Hangout, the home page. That's the social page. And then the next one you'll see an icon of a book in service. For necessary. Then you'll see an icon of a profile. That's your profile. How can
you can create your own profile?
And you can even follow people for day. You can follow anyone that you like who's there on the app. Then the 4th icon, it's a page of a message. That's whereby you can speak to someone privately. We can even form a group, like the WhatsApp group. We can even form them. There's that functionality. Then the last one is settings. So that's how it is. I'm just trying to give you an overview of how the app is.
So when it comes to let's say a certain illness, maybe let's say maybe and I don't know how react so maybe feet and I don't understand maybe how react so can I find on the app maybe something that can help me how react so or what should I do, things like that.
No, we're still looking into that, having such content, because there is, I think I'm guilty for this, whereby I'm not fully explaining what's happening on the app. But the core objective of this app is to look after those that are looking after the sick. Hence
I'm asking, maybe let's say but now
the question is, only a nurse or you're not a nurse?
Not a nurse,
Because if you're a nurse, I get the in-service page. There's that information, and so you just quickly go there and check for it. This is what's happening. Let me do this. Experience will kick in, will come in. So the part that we are working on is this part whereby if there's a person who's not a nurse, who doesn't know how to perform CPR, and they find themselves in that situation, how can we work on it? So that's something that it's on our list. We're still looking into it. However, what I did is we also have a feature, AI on the app. So the AI, why train AI? You train it for it. This is how it needs to respond. So with ours, mainly a focus on nursing, on health. So about type how to perform CPR. It is related to health, like information. That's a shortcut if you're not a nurse. And we also have looking into having pictures and videos so that it demonstrates. If about a question, it gives you a picture of the answer that is providing you with. However, having such features, in fact, it's not like you need to pay, and it's quite expensive. Because we don't have an investor. I'm doing everything from my own pocket, so I tend to prioritize as to getting important bill. For example, right now, when you go through it, you go through the Hangout page. Let's say get it a post, and then you comment. After comment, that functionality of me replying to your comment, we still don't have it. We have to buy it. Actually, you purchase that. There's a cost that you need to pay for having that functionality. So just imagine all of those features and functionalities to have them. Same as Facebook. And I'm using my own pocket. Get end up like a ride funeral every weekend, or at least take credit. So I'm just making sure we are basic and
Keeping it,
we're moving slow because post launch the plan is to check how are the people responding to it. What is it that they like? What is it that they don't like? Let's remove this. Let's add this. So we're gonna be doing that pilot study. For 3 months post launch.
Sure.
Then if there's something about I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I always make it a point I make things happen.
Okay.
I'm that guy. I can't afford this. I always say, how can I afford this? So it means I need to make sure certain features I make them available fast to accommodate this number of people.
So when now we picture a very app in the next, let's say in the next 10 years, we wanna like impact or what king into what we want like it is in the community of South Africa or Africa, if I may say.
Let's say, because that question actually it sounds like a 10-year plan. A 10-year plan and a long term. So I'll answer you using a short-term plan. Now the first thing is that it would be great for we have nurses on the app. It's a great hit if we have nurses using the app every day, all day.
Okay,
It's an excellent hit to get users telling they are not nurses. 10% maybe of our population utilizing the app every day, all day. And it's a grand slam if we were to have companies, some of South Africa, advertising on the app. So that's the first goal there. That's our short-term goal, to have everyone utilizing the app. And then after that's when now we're going to be moving to the next stage, which is how can you work with the people, make sure using app they are safe, because they promote mental health more than anything on the app. That is why I almost forgot this. How it's a community. I get it. We have an administrator. Number one. Administrator, they regulate posts. This post, does it conform to the rules and regulations? Number one. Abai allow. I thought more Facebook how it's up posted right now within seconds it appear. With us it might take up to 2 minutes because review. If maybe lots and lots of posts at that second it can pass. It's fine. It can pass. But as part of job creation, what I came up with, it's something that I call CP. Comment police. I got it's a post if it admin saw it, but it was okay. At the same time, it wasn't okay, but if it did comment police now will be roaming around checking posts. Does it conform to the rules and regulations? Then if not, they're gonna red flag that post. They're gonna red flag that comment to me, because the aim is to make sure it's a safe space. This is whereby content this guy or Lawrence something played girlfriend and then killed himself. Those things you won't be seeing them on our app.
Because
it's disturbing. Such things as innuendo, like scamping. Those things psychologically they are damaging to people. We're not gonna be having such as well. So you can picture how it spaces here. And this is something during research. Most celebrities when they post something, then after they switch off notifications because they know how they're gonna be butchered. So already you can tell this person is anxious. Is it a must for you to be anxious while you're on social media? No. But then again, when you look at social media, we need to be straight with what is happening. Social media, it's another form of advertising. Think about it. It's a form of advertising in a sense. If you were to compare social media and therapy, the purpose of therapy is to say you're okay. Okay, that feeling of well-being, that feeling of I'm okay, I'm better. Social media is the opposite. Social media says you are not okay. There's something wrong with you. You could be okay if
Yeah.
you reka chain e nngwe ele. For now,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you could be better if you bought this silver chain.
Yeah, sure.
If you bought this ring or this car,
Yeah.
it'd be great. But for now, and that's what is happening on social media.
Yeah.
Gore, all the time, constantly, udula ufila gore you are not enough.
Yeah, not enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Like if
you,
ulunganyana, you could be better if maybe ofokotsa skipper. Se your timing or tlhagisa matsele more.
Yeah,
Then we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But because you can send to the left, you get 15 likes. But if you take it up,
Hey.
you get 150 likes.
Yeah.
That's what is happening. And
Yeah.
that thing,
True.
ya re gobatsa gradually.
Hey.
You are not aware. And in such a way, gore, have you noticed gore, we can hook up right now as much as them?
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that, talk, drink if you want to drink. 15 minutes in that,
Yeah.
whereby one of us wants a phone.
Yeah. Heavy.
We lost our
Heavy. There's no without catching the phone.
we lost our social skills. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Ingata.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
ingata.
ingata. And now it becomes a concern. For now, what's going to happen in the next 10 years in terms of us socializing? It's going to be tempered. If you guys share. But same thing as more Facebook, the Twitter. There are those people who are always interacting, but only a high volume of followers. You'll find that. You'll find that person in reality, if you sat down with them here, boring. Can't social skills.
True.
Because everything I can it depends on to gore ke one. Re ke ba hlape re ke kanya mama wa celebrity. Mariana in reality 10 minutes there no tlo tla gore I no man motho wa bora. Wa sa tlotle jaaka tlholo tlotla mo Twitter. King. So it shows you gore some things are happening, some things are not happening.
Sure.
So there's a lot Braka that we need to do. I'm trying to answer the 10-year plan. But what we want to have actually after 10 years is not only for our app is internationally. Already there are places like India whereby there are places like Nigeria and Ghana whereby a few nurses know about it and they are willing to spread the weight within their country. But the 10-year plan, going forward, we need to have people psychologically who are in the right state of mind. People who
They access the app,
in the next week or 2 weeks, it will be available on Google Play Store. It will be available on Apple Store, provided Apple they come through, because this is a challenge right now. I thought it was just me, but it seems like Google has these new regulations, new guidelines, whereby they say to you, look, instead of having this chair brown, rather make it black. Or make it white. Take it back, go and do it, bring it back so that we can evaluate it. You bring it back, they'll be like, but the cushions, they are okay, but they're not comfortable. Go and fix your cushions. It's like a teacher. Back your book. No, change it. That's what they want. And what they are not seeing is that they now change your vision. Okay, instead of going in this direction, you're gonna end up going in a certain direction. Like they did, they said the app it is now classified as a social app, not an educational app. From my end, I wanted it to be an educational and social app. Or okay, if possible, they could have said it is an educational app, bracket social. But they didn't do it like that. So so in the next week or two, it will be available on Play Store. Right now, we are looking for testers, because they said to us we need to have 12 testers, 12 people who are going to be interacting on the app for 3 days. Then after, they're going to evaluate it, and then after that, they'll release it. They're going to publish it. So it means going forward, when you go to Play Store, it will be out there.
Available on all.
And so 3 days before it is published, we're going to be releasing a statement, a public statement, to make people aware that the app is available out there. Go and have fun.
Yeah, even
Maybe they can find updates on Facebook, Instagram.
Say again?
But now they can find maybe updates on your Facebook page or
Instagram, yeah.
So now what I've been doing is, with every development, I would post it on my WhatsApp status, the Facebook,
Yeah.
on my private, on my account. I would post like whatever that we are doing, whatever progress that we're having, so that people.
So what's
get
your Facebook, your username?
Tshepi Moitsheki. Tshepi Moitsheki.
Okay, yeah, I'm asking because of for someone maybe who's out there who let's show but though even though so even if the app is out, it's like Kenya go description go YouTube so that people can go. I say it's either the app, they'll find the link for this episode.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then what we did happen because of the challenges that we're having with Apple or iOS is that because of we're using APK, Android Package Kit, it's impossible for someone with iPhone to actually install the app right now.
Okay.
So what I did is I made a web app. Web app, it's a website exactly like the app. Like everything that is happening on the app, it appears fine to accommodate by the cell phones, iOS, Huawei, and I noticed this Mobicel. Mobicel, it's been having a problem installing our app. Users starting to have a problem. So that's what actually pressed me for it gets a web app, because Mobicel, it's our phone. It was made in South Africa. So now I'm like, here's a brother Wafa needs our assistance. Let me do it for Mobicel more than any other thing.
In other companies, but also after.
It's fine. Huawei, Apple, but after. But my notion and my vision is to do as much as I can to promote our products, our brands. And post-launch, I think after, let's say 6 months after launch, I will be deactivating my app, my account on Facebook. I will no longer be found on Facebook. I'll be called Ubuntu-Nurse.
Or straight up, about straight on your own.
Get on Facebook
that is smart because you already have your own app.
Makes sense.
Because it's like unale restaurant, I'll support your own business. Then why must we come? So even I even changed a few things. I'm a Nike person, Nike, but I started giving away my Nike sneakers, so that gets a space. As I've been trying to buy every month, get a drippy, a black child, this guy, what thing, Nanale. Like let's so picture thing but it's a South African brand. Now I'm chatting Northwest. So I've been doing that, and I wish I could have enough money to start the David so that if I'm making a presentation, I rock up
what I can say is like Botaki. We need that unity, le support ya for support because if you can check but we always buy things that overseas as narrator for the app take out like it's overseas. We always buy like the brands are overseas, which is us as black people that are supported. So like in closing before king like as South Africans we are lacking this and this and this. As focus on this thing, really like far away.
My knee-jerk reaction is let's stop this, or let's not stop, but let's minimize having body dance challenge. Rather, let's have another form of a challenge that is constructive. Business challenges. Exactly. And then number 2, we need to learn to actually not only support each other but be there for each other.
True.
Why am I saying that? I can start a business right now. Maybe let's say Kibuti restaurant, now.
Sure.
And then once instead of supporting me, we're not like KFC maybe.
Yeah.
And then after, what you're gonna do again, you're gonna start this trend of bashing me. Tshepiso the business, what are they doing? In the space of 2 years, business akayaso.
Yeah.
And guess what? We're not happy. You'll be sitting there asking, Kanti, why don't we have jobs in our country? Here's a guy. My notion is if Keraka Batu. I know for a Batu to feel a pressure and he's gonna need more hands. Aba it's a post to Batu Bakra Misebit. Same as Lerona, with what we're doing, we are going to be employing people. I mean, to have command police, it's not like we're gonna need 3, we're gonna need more people. I mean, let's say within 1 second you've got about maybe 30 something people posting. In an hour, how many posts are gonna appear? So so we need to be there for each other, we need to support each other. And more than anything happen, if you can, when you can, we need to empower our people, not take power away. Most of the time we live in a situation, we live in an environment whereby power is taken away from people. Same as nurses, they've been stripped of their power. So I'm just trying to put it back in their hands. And as black people, let us start a trend, a tradition of saying, I need to support this guy. Whatever that is doing, because tomorrow my kids will be employed. Tomorrow our economy will be much better. Instead of Kereke, Louis Vuitton. Because it's a country. And then when I happen Louis Vuitton or celebrity, you need us to support you or the brand itself, but have brand yaka it. But we charge. But Louis Vuitton we regular. We post up on Instagram on Yahoo. How about that? So we need to wake up, gents.
We need to wake
I think
up.
maybe with this topic of saying how can we as black people become better people in our nation, our society. I think this topic for now, I might need maybe 5 hours with you guys. So that we can delve deep. 5-6 hours.
Part 2, might demand part 2 for part 2, the viewers out there. At least they want to learn something.
Because if you can check whether such topics, they are very important. Because of if like Arubu on the topic so that means the youth are ignorant. Because now like it's us like teach the youth no man, we have to do something for change. Because even the black government now it's wearing Leona at some point but they said no, we have to bring change. But it's a unity, but no, let's fight for even though some that's another topic. But then as black people change your mindset as well. Support motho pa isang wa batho o employ le motho ha o supporta ba patala salary ba ntle ba thola something ba feed di family tsa bona. So chance re change your mindset
to create as people re follow dilo tsa ba.
And I not that ke stoked I get we have these clothes to toilet ile fake. I wish we could make more fake Louis Vuitton and keep ours original.
Exactly. Sure.
This is my feelings. These are my thoughts about this thing.
Just like what China, they do the same, but China is fake and they're making a lot of money.
And charity are China.
As a country.
And that's the only way these clothes they come to us. Maybe Tshepi.
Yes, it's a surprise.
Because when you go to Nike, you don't even tell them it's a surprise.
Exactly.
When you get there, you take that effort away. But when you come to me, you tell me it's a surprise.
No, and you know what you're saying. It's deeper than that actually. It's deeper than that. Maybe because starting. Me Sophie are ke 50 ranta.
Yeah.
Man me Sophie ya re ke go fe 35 ranta.
Eish.
Ka go kopa discount,
Yeah.
right? Hard fetsa. I'm going to a restaurant ko Senting. Go spend that 2.5 and give a tip at 200.
Imagine.
To an Italian who owns that business,
Imagine.
o send go high.
Paletse go
Me
tshabotsa
Sophie ene ke mo fila tšhelete e short-ang.
Ai.
So just this whole thing, there's a lot behind this app.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
lot,
yeah.
and it's because again I studied history, so I get to understand a lot of things when they take place. Okay, this is where we are moving.
Yeah,
this is where
yeah.
we're going as a country. It happened in 1930 something whereby things were like this.
Yeah,
And I noticed people want change, but they are quite slow, reluctant to now accept or be part of that change. Ratsaba change because Oshebe China after the World War, what they did is China and Japan, like they were flat, and they were like, you know what? Let's start from scratch. Let's take a number of kids for engineering because we're gonna need engineers. Let's take them and do this because we're gonna need doctors, we're gonna need nurses. Do that. It was a slow process. Then after they started manufacturing some of their stuff, cell phones, for example. 1994, somewhere there, we used to actually call the Lotsabone phone call. Fake. Yes. And now to show what happened, our thinking is narrowed. We even made a song. Phone call. Can you sing that song when I know Samsung? Or should be the Samsung TV?
No, that is
You see? But the moral of the story is there has to be a beginning point. There has to be a journey. There has to, and there will be challenges that are going to shape you up until you reach at that point. Look at them now. Look at when they started. That's how I think. My app it's gonna be called names. It will freeze, it will be slow. There'll be those challenges, but if ever there is support, then you know, okay, no man, let's wait a bit. Let's advise him actually. Bona, do this.
Also feel in the Facebook group it took me the freezy page, but now it's clear.
Yes, the mindset ya motho ke gore I won't waste my time ke metse gore e load a picture. Let me go somewhere else. Can't what you not think this is something that belongs to you. For country but why neglect how understanding the early stages sound. It's like a toddler. Walk slow, mofella pe. By the time I a matter faster than it's all about support and understanding the process and understanding what change is. And lastly, I don't know how to work at Mojolo. South Africa.
And those things I'm thinking. Kitona and there's some distraction go back to South Africa and they can't even see it. They're holding us back.
Right now, here's maybe a video. A real man who loves you will do this and this. You scroll up. A woman when she's in love, she'll do this. You scroll up. Wabana love makes in. You scroll up. Same thing. I want to scroll up and then obokra somebody.
There's an app, Ubuntu-Nurse App.
Sure.
Account on the app.
Or something says somebody are you aware that in order to register your business, this is what you can do?
Exactly.
There's an easier way, there's a hack. Now follow this. And then what was content but we still get it wrong. Still.
We still get it wrong.
I change the topic because we're not coming okay. Talk about things. That's why the second is small. Because when I get an invitation, I won't come back home. Something instead go back. So I look at the kind of people who invite me. Which are how undermine happen no okay cleaner. Good conversation thinking because apart from being a business person, there's wisdom, and everyone actually can be wise. They can offer you something you never knew. So let's just minimize the topic Samujolo. It's something that it's gonna take time to combat, obviously.
yeah,
Le
yeah.
drug addiction,
Yeah,
But one thing I keep promoting under mental health, there's a company, an NGO that we've been talking to.
Yeah.
Ba promote mental health and ba thusa batho in terms of suicide. If you feel gore batla commit suicide, you contact them. You speak to them, abo.
Yeah, sure.
Because it seems like there's a high percentage of men committing suicide.
I think. Yeah.
Sorry?
The organization, the name of the organization.
Can I get in? I guess I'm money. Get I send the lion.
Yeah, we send the We also have the case study where otho gore motho ra interview is very na phila krena ile motho sharp but no batswadi ba sa le things like that sa safara wa paitsega. So such things it can help gore re mo refelele go outing ya ga gore no man there's a guy o ka o thusang so ra sa commit suicide because batho ba bang ba silent pera motho batho ba commit suicide ba o ka nagana gore maybe like motho o happy or I saw something o nagana gore wa dala but that person is right for our life is tough in those words in this sanzo motho so krene dwana after that
Chico the video he did before.
Matita pela una lu thonthwa ka wa dala ra this might be my last day on earth what I'm suffering those small words sanzo motho read gore man this guy ka commit suicide are ke motsi se ke bole yena understand.
And if you are America, for example, you can invest in therapy. Have the sessions with a therapist like I do now every Saturdays. If not every Saturday, I have got my sessions for 2 hours with my therapist because during this work I'll tell you one thing. Hey, email. I'm looking at my experience, my journey. I was living okay, a house, swimming pool, beautiful cars. But because of now, there's this dream I'm chasing. I started, I lost them, some of them. To a point whereby I remember there was the 31 December 2022. I was sitting in my house, 31st December. In the dark, alone. During the day, the last meal I had, but because of now, I need to eat. And get 25,000 this 5,000 get development at the app. So I have to choose. Or the business. Not everyone can be strong enough for I.
Shout out for that.
I man get like born. Can't you not see actually? You are teaching yourself something. Because that's when I noticed after doing that, I was like, but from now on, this is something it's not a bad thing because of there's a dream. I always feel better sometimes. I was talking to Sizer a few weeks ago. This thing I wanna but only plan. It makes you somebody on lethal. Because you can hit the ground. Simply, outside. Because you know you're gonna rise again. Now that's what makes you a man at the end of the day. That makes you an entrepreneur. My business comes first. People can get paid in my company. 5,000, 10,000. But because you understand how this business is going to be running, you take it back that money, let it do something else. So
I know. Thank you so much, brother man. We appreciate it. So part 2, but we appreciate that.
Get the charger.
But then as a black person, as a black brother, wanna for me one inspire someone who like something unique like yours. We just think I'm going to start a business taxi or department. Why can't we do something different? So your story is very interesting. I'm inspired for
can I say something or about to start a business, or a taxi. We need to be careful of something. Most people they live mosebetsi wa bone wa bereka ka officing
Yeah,
o phela
sure.
sharp di-benefits wa itlogela
Yeah.
o batla start a business. Something has to change first before that business will start.
Yeah.
O tswa ko mosebetsing akere, you are coming out of an environment whereby you were employed.
Yeah.
So kre motho ha tswa ko teng wa tswa a batla go etsa eng, the very same thing kwale,
Yeah.
whereby o reka office space, the desk and so that
Yes,
I feel
yeah.
gore this is a business. Can't understand gore you can even have that business online.
Yeah, online.
So try to
Yeah.
change your mindset from an
Yeah.
employee to an employer
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, true.
Then you're gonna start thinking like an employer.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna start thinking like an entrepreneur. Gore, these are the essential things I need to have first. Yabo? Sure.
Danko. Alright, lapha emakhaya, we thank you so much. Khotman une-app, you just have to support. Sizoyifaka lapho ku-description i-app, and then you're gonna support. Ningene ni-check. As black people, we need to go somewhere. Mina ngithi abantu abaningi, like, don't be afraid to start, don't be afraid to struggle, because if you can check abantu bakaNkulunkulu, most of them abantu abaphezulu uNkulunkulu, they've been through a lot. There's storms ezifikile like elifini yabo. So now lapho bambelela, believe and start praying, meditate, be yourself, start something, ungahlali lapho. So we love you, just subscribe. Nyanganya, one love, Tshepi Moitsheki.
We love you bafethu. Kubalulekile vele ukuthi size ngama-ideas afresh.
Yeah.
Lo bafethu mfetha nje ni-support. We appreciate futhi nabantu abasubscribe-ayo bafethu. Big ups. Nabantu abalikeayo abayengejayo abahlala phansi balalele ishow bawuze ukuthi sikhuluma ngani bafethu. Mina ngithi vala la uvule yi. So
One love.
next time. Yeah, man.
Unlock your story. Unlock your story. I was scared in Dabari, Bakupila Bagi, Spalele, Nakip and Pagati, Falala, I was in Pagati, Tabang, we are on your screens. I know you've been through the most, Kolumanati. If you ever been on Illuminati, call us talk, let's unlock, who's a fella paga.